Good day, my name is Amanda Law-Pedro and I am currently a student of the University of Bedfordshire, pursuing the MBA program. This assignment presentation on the unit Strategy and Global Competitive Environment provides details of the renewable industry in Australia. Here we will be looking at major trends and the effects they may have on the future of this industry. Out of 4 scenarios, we would select one to project what could be possible in the state of Australia of this industry in the future. Industry details. The renewable energy industry offers a wide range of clean energy. They are wind, solar, geothermal, hydro, bioenergy, and tidal. Market size. As a growing industry, more and more players may join on. Major players in this industry are AGL Energy Limited, FRV Services Australia, Wursal Energy, Neon Australia Limited, NL Green, Vestas Wind Systems, Suzlon Energy Limited, and Infigen Energy. Major segments, according to IBIS World Report 2020, are electricity retailers, commercial and service sectors, households, manufacturers, mining firms, and other service sectors. Electricity retailers, as seen in the chart on your screen, holds the largest segment at 33.2%. For this assignment, I will be consulting for AGL and Energy Limited, the largest solar producing company. Pestle analysis. Here we analyze the macro environment using pestle analysis, calculating the most significant trends by using data to estimate the significance of each trend, the probability of occurrence, and multiplying them together to get their weighted scores. These trend factors are political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. The highest of the factors are political and environmental. Political trends in the industry are Government of Australia taking a stance against heavy carbon emissions in the country. They invest almost $7.75 billion in renewable energy, according to ARENA 2020. Government incentivizing investing in small-scale renewable energy schemes for consumers to achieve certificates that can be redeemed by selling or assigning them. Environmental trends. People are more concerned about the environment. The Paris Act in reducing temperature to 1.5 degrees Celsius is also a variable. Reduction of global emission, ARENA. Less risk of health issues for employees in this industry. Impacts and analysis of key trends on industry. Using Porter's 5 forces of competition, the extent of rivalry is high. This industry is a growing one, and therefore more players will join in. The threat of new entrants is low. Being able to be a successful player in this industry, there must be adequate technology and trained workforce. Some companies like Sundance are evolving and dynamic, that it makes it harder for new firms to adapt and compete, deterring them from joining on. Bargaining power of consumers. Relatively high since there is a low number of consumers currently. Even though Australia is on the rise for clean energy, only about 1% of Australia's main energy consumption is solar energy. mos coram et am. Threats of substitutes is high because of the multiple players in the industry. Customers have more options. The bargaining power of suppliers. This is at medium since the industry has a few amount of suppliers at present. This relatively small size can still warrant room for negotiation of cost of raw material and supplies. The diagram depicts the current state of the 5 forces of this industry, plotted on a radar diagram. Plotted are 2 scenario grids. Grid 1 looks at government incentives in the solar industry, as seen on the vertical axis, and consumers' increase in concern about the environment, seen on the horizontal axis. Grid 2 looks at more competition as a result of government monetary contribution on the vertical axis and buyers being more concerned about the environment on the horizontal axis. The chosen and populated grid is Grid 2, which allows for a more plausible future. Grid 1 was not selected because it would be impractical to continue incentivizing renewable energy in Australia. Persons would eventually be more so incentivized by reduced cost in a growing economy and motivated to partake due to their concerns of the environment. Here we see 4 futures. Scenario 1, organic power. There would be a large buyer's market since the interest of the consumer wanting a cleaner environment and the government's influence to assist with cost. The consumer is now given the opportunity to partake in a product and service that is cheap and benefits the environment. Scenario 2, unnatural power. Although the government will be providing funding for the renewable industry, the motivation to get involved will decrease. However, this may affect only new customers since the old ones would benefit of the reduced cost attributed by government agencies. Scenario 3, organic confusion. Here we would have a high volume of motivated green thumbs wanting to do better for the economy, but the cost to be a part of this would be high due to no government contribution. The firms would now have to cover the cost of building up on their own. The consumers of this sector would now have to pay more for products and services. Scenario 4, unnatural confusion. Here we have no government contribution and no concern about the environment. This may be demotivating to the firms involved in renewable energy, since the cost may be high to enter the market and buyers may not see the point in investing in renewable energy. The most plausible scenario and justification. Scenario 1 is chosen as the most plausible scenario since it sets the perfect tone for a growing industry. Here, buyers are motivated to partake in the products and services, and price is affordable because of the government contributions to the industry. It is also already a part of Australia's government national plan, ARENA 2020. It is a plan in motion. Why was scenarios 2, 3, and 4 not chosen? Scenario 2, unnatural power. Although government contribution would be there, there is no intrinsic motivation to reduce carbon emission. Persons may not feel the need to switch from fossil fuels to clean energy. Organic confusion, number 3. Without government intervention with regards to incentives and helping firms from start to finish, the cost to establish and also partake in the products will be too high for consumers. Unnatural confusion, scenario 4. Here we have a state of no government interventions and no concern for the environment. Firms may be wasting their time and resources to start an expensive market with no motivation or concern for environment. We see each position with reference to the cone of plausibility. Five forces changes as a result of scenario. The extent of rivalry remains at 5, since with government assistance and an environmentally concerned population rising, the threat of new entrants also increases since the existing firms will be continuously evolving, making their tech more complex therefore discouraging new entrants. With more consumers in the market, the bargaining power of the buyers will reduce to 1. This is so because more consumers are in the market, making it less likely that they are able to have power or say on negotiation over firms. The bargaining power of suppliers remains medium since there may be more suppliers of raw material and their sector is now competing to keep firms as their consumers. However, the threat of substituting can increase to 5 since there are more players in the market. You have reached the end of my presentation. Detailed notes are also accompanied to this presentation. Thank you so much